All right, so with flu season ramping up, staying healthy for the holidays is becoming, well, let's just call it a delicate dance. Everyone has one or two methods they use, their great-great-great-grandmother swore by, but the question is, do they really work? So we're going to test some of them out and ask Dr. Payal Kohli, our health expert, about it. We're going to myth bust some of these things. Fact, fiction. Let's start with this one. It's okay to skip medications when you're traveling for just a few days.
Yeah, so people think that medications are optional around the holidays. They also think sometimes when they're sick, they should be skipping or not skipping certain medications. They said, my mom says this to me all the time, I'm not feeling well today, I'm going to skip my statin. Like, you need to check with your doctor, because even skipping 1 or 2 doses, what it can do is really decrease the concentration of those medications in your bloodstream and cause side effects and rebound sometimes. So for example, blood pressure medicine, if you skip it, can actually cause your blood pressure to rebound and be too high. So be careful with those medications around the holidays.
Okay, colds, flu, they all spread during the holidays. Fact or fiction?
This is actually a fact. So the holiday season is like party season for the respiratory viruses. Because guess what we're doing? We're gathering, we're all confined into small spaces. It's a cold weather outside.
We're hugging on people.
That's right. We're touching things at a party, right? So there's a lot of contact. So
double dipping.
Oh, that person shouldn't be double dipping no matter what.
Don't ever do that, but I'm just saying.
Don't ever double dip, even if you're not sick. But yes, it's a party for cold and flu season over the holidays, which means we need to try a little bit harder. And before the segment came on, we were talking about vitamin C. If you really want to protect yourself, you have to take vitamin C chronically, meaning taking.
While I'm thinking about
You're right.
Tickle.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this. Some people take it when they feel sick. They think they'll lessen, how sick they are. But I take vitamin C every day because someone once told me that if your body doesn't need it, you get rid of it.
Yep, so it's water soluble, so it's excretable if you're not using it, just like you said. And only those people who take vitamin C chronically have been shown in the trials to actually have a slightly shorter duration. Now, I'm not saying you necessarily need to take vitamin C. For most of us, we get enough vitamin C from our diet. But if you feel like you want to take it to offer yourself extra protection, it's pretty safe. As opposed to zinc, on the other hand, where zinc is actually something that can cause side effects and toxicity. So I don't advise people to take that every day.
How about this one? Because I know all of us have experienced this. You have family and friends over and someone walks in with a bad cough or a nose that they're blowing and says, oh, don't worry about it, I'm not contagious. What is that about? First of all, I hate that because unless you're a doctor, you don't know. And even if you're a doctor, I'm not sure you know if you're contagious.
You don't. You need to be testing. You need to actually look for virus. So do some kind of a swab or something to know if you're contagious. So the fact of the matter is that we actually start being contagious for most respiratory viruses 1 or 2 days before we even have symptoms. That's called the incubation period, already expelling the virus out there. Now, when your symptoms are going down, usually the viral load is going down, which means you're less contagious. But until those symptoms are completely resolved, the inflammation is gone, you continue to be contagious. There are even viruses where you're contagious after your symptoms have completely resolved. So if you've had a recent cold, the best thing to do at the holiday party is to not hug, not cough on someone. Definitely don't double dip. Yes, just make sure you tell people you've just recently had a cold.
Hold on to your glass. That's
Cover it
thing.
when
I'm always like, is that my glass?
When your aunt comes around. Just quickly, when we were talking about this, you said some people, this is really interesting, and I don't know if people at home are going to know this, but some people shed virus more than other people. So we could both have the flu, and I could be more contagious to people than you.
And we saw this during the time of COVID, that some people are called hyper shedders and some are hypo shedders. So some people just, when they're infected with the virus, they're giving it off in their secretions and their cough and all that stuff a lot more than others. Now, we don't understand why that is. Is it dependent on your immune system? Is it dependent on your genetics? Is it dependent on which virus subtype you were exposed to? That we're still trying to figure out, whether you're vaccinated or not. We know vaccinated people shed less virus off to others than unvaccinated people. So these are all factors that go into it.
That's why we want to touch on this really quickly, because we talked about the flu in the news yesterday and how it's really going crazy right now in Colorado. So vaccinations are less effective when there is a lot of infection around. Fact or fiction?
This is fiction, and I hate when my patients say this to me, because it's like saying seat belts work less effectively when there's a lot of cars around. Yes, you're more likely to have an accident when there's more cars around, but that doesn't change the effectiveness of the seatbelt. So similarly, you get a vaccine, your immune response is going to be the same. You're just more more likely to get exposed if there's a lot of infection around. But guess what? Even if you get exposed, you're less likely to get as sick. And as you said, Kim, we've lost children this year already in Colorado to the flu. So I really say it's not too late. If you haven't had the vaccines, you want to enjoy those parties a little bit more this year and keep yourself and others healthy. Because even if you get infected, the infection is going to be a lot milder if you've been vaccinated.
All right.
Good to go. We'll
Dr.
stay
Coley,
healthy.
thanks so much.
Thank you. As always, you can find more from Dr. Coley at 9news.com/Dr. Coley.